Do you have a DUI or misdemeanor conviction? If so, don't let your past hold you back. Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, and you may be eligible to have your record cleared today. Visit BigSkyDefender.com to see how.
Coach, we'll start with your final thoughts 2 weeks ago on the game in Idaho and how the Grizzlies used the bye week to prepare for this week.
Thanks, Tabes. The win at Idaho was a good win. They're all good wins. So, coming off our open date, we're in good position. We're 6-1. We're ranked number 5 in the national poll. So we're in good position where we sit right now, and obviously that makes it a big week around here. We haven't had a home game since September, so we'll be excited to be back out there and play this Saturday.
Bobby, I know Northern Colorado hasn't won a game, but they've played all their conference opponents really close. So how have they gone about being competitive in those 4 games?
Well, winning's hard. I mean, everybody's trying, and like you mentioned, they're far better than their record. They play really hard. They do things right. They just have not quite gotten over the hump. And we don't look at the scores. We look at the film, and when you watch the film, this is a good football team.
And for specifics, offense, defense, special teams, what stands out on the film about what they do?
Well, I think just they're very sound in their scheme, and they play with great effort. I think that lends itself probably to the coaching they're getting. I think that Coach Lamb does a great job running the program, and he has them going, and there's no let up in that group.
And then there's a new rule or waiver this year with the redshirt rule, where in addition to the 4 games or the playoff games don't count against the 4 games now. So I was curious your thoughts on that, and then maybe how you guys might plan to take advantage of that.
Well, it's a good rule, if that's what you're asking. I mean, I think it's sound thinking, whether it's postseason bowl games or conference championships or whatever. Is there something else you want there?
If that's something you guys plan to take advantage of now that it's in place.
We've got a long way till playoffs start, so I don't know how that applies right now. I mean, the ability for, I assume you're talking about freshmen or guys that haven't redshirted. The rule that they would be able to participate in up to 4 games in any given season has been in place for quite a while.
Oh yeah. But now before that, the playoff games used to count against the 4, but now they don't. So
true.
Right. And then for AJ and Gubner, just what Coach mentioned, you guys are 6-1, ranked in the top 10 in the country. Just kind of how would you describe the vibe around the team in the locker room heading into coming back from the bye?
Yeah, it's cool to know that you're one of the top-ranked teams in the country. I don't know how much attention that we pay to that. At the University of Montana, we're lucky enough to be in the national spotlight quite often, so I don't want to say we're used to it, but we're comfortable. Where we have attention on us, and so I don't know if we pay much attention to it, but it's cool.
Yeah, what AJ said, same thing. We're the Montana Grizzlies, and we expect to win every week. That's our goal, and our last game was 2 weeks ago, and we're focused on Northern Colorado, just playing 1 week at a time.
For both the players and Alex, we can start with you. Just you guys 3 wins in a row after the loss to NAU. Just what would you say is the biggest catalyst behind you guys bouncing back from that and getting the back-to-back road ranked wins? Just what was the biggest turnaround for you guys that you were able to get back on track?
Just like what I said earlier, just understanding that this is a week-to-week deal, and you got to take the bad from what happened. That first loss, we made a lot of corrections, and just focusing on this 1 week is everything for us. We're not looking in the future, down the road, a game in a month, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything is. I could speak for the offense at least. I think everything is really starting to click right now. I think we're diving into what we want our identity to be, and I think that's been a catalyst for what we've been
Town
doing.
Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Working with him, just why has he been able to be so successful, and what's it like, being the center for him?
Yeah, I'm super proud of Cliff and what he's been able to do since he's taken the starting job. He obviously adds a dynamic element with his running ability, but he's improved week over week as a passer, and watching him carry the ball, he's a guy that you want to block for, and I think everybody's loving him as the quarterback, and go forward with that.
AJ, we'll start with you. What do you think of the timing of the bye week, and what was maybe the most fun or coolest thing you did during the break?
Yeah, unfortunately I had a weekend class this bye week, so I didn't do a whole lot during the bye week besides sit in a lecture. But no, I thought that bye week was well timed. I think this is the latest bye week we've had since I've been here, so it's nice to just be able to relax for a little bit and catch our breath and start prepping for Northern Colorado.
What about for you?
Slept a lot. Watched football. It was nice. Got to watch a lot of college football games, and we're always playing or doing something on Saturday, so it was nice to kick back and recover.
What's it like kind of having the later bye week?
I think it's good. I mean, we've had a lot of early bye weeks, I believe. I've been playing for a while, but it's nice to have it kind of right in the middle, I guess. But I mean, we were still getting after it, still working. I mean, it technically was a bye week, but we didn't stop working.
It's kind of obviously a long break in between home games. What is that like, and how excited are you to get back inside Washington Grizzly Stadium?
Pumped. This is the best stadium in the country, and we love going on the road together. It's just us versus everybody, and we love coming back here. Having the best fans. Hollering, and it's shaking in there, and yeah, can't wait.
AJ, obviously you guys have played a lot of football and been around for a while. What's the message maybe to some of the younger guys when they see oh yeah, here comes an 0-7 team? You guys know you've been around a long time. What's maybe a message to them not to take them lightly and to be focused?
Yeah, I mean, kind of speaking on the sentiments that Coach Hauck has said over the years, we're playing to our standard. We're not looking at the record of the opponent. We're looking at the film, and we're trying to play to our standard. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. It doesn't matter if you win big on a team and you look at the film and you didn't do your job or execute what you wanted to do on a particular play. So playing to our standard is the biggest thing when it comes to that.
And Alex, for you, weather's going to be a lot colder this week, kind of the first kind of cold weather game. What's that like for you when the weather starts turning? And I know Northern Colorado gets kind of cold there, but you're going to get some warmer weather teams as the season goes, and the weather gets colder. So what's that like for you?
I love it. I love it when it's cold out. It's better than 98 degrees on Dorn Blazer, I'd say. I think I do better, in the cold, not sweating a lot, I definitely like the cold weather, so.
Bobby, just do you have any crossover with Ed Lamb from the past at all? Have you anything come to mind
We
at all?
never worked together, but I've known Ed for a long time. I mean, I think he worked. I think you guys can ask him this. I think he was on Idaho's staff in 2003 when Tom Cable was the head coach, and they came here. So, seen him here and there.
Sure. And he had a lot of success at Southern Utah in his previous stop in the Big Sky and helped turn that program around. You notice anything, I guess, with these Northern Colorado teams, or does he just seem like a guy who seems to be able to find success even though it might take some time and they're not quite getting the wins this year?
Well, as I mentioned, I've known Coach for quite a while and have high regard for his abilities as a football coach. And like I said, we turn on the film. These guys do a good job. They play hard. They know what they're doing. Ed's a good football coach, and he'll have his team ready for Saturday, I promise.
You've touched on this earlier in the year, but when you play a team you didn't see a year ago, like, what's that prep like? Is it a little bit different, especially when it's a new coaching staff, new dynamics, all that stuff?
Well, it's the same thing we've talked about a little bit here and there, where the personnel has changed dramatically, so you don't have a gauge on the personnel. And then, obviously, when the staff changes, it's a completely different prep because they're doing different things.
I guess similar question for the players. AJ, we can start with you. Just what's it like prepping for a team like Northern Colorado, who you've seen in the past, but just not for a couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I guess personnel-wise, it's easier to prepare for a team that, or prepare for players that you've gone up against in the past. You can kind of take away information that those playing experiences that you've had, but I'm looking forward to diving into the film this week and getting a good gauge on what these guys do.
Yeah, I personally, for me, watching film, I think it's very rare to see teams that have the same personnel and same play style every year. So, yeah, I mean, even the teams we have played, like we played last year, I still look at it like a new season, obviously. Yeah, because last year was last year, so.
For Bobby and AJ, Eli Gilbin named to the Jerry Rice watch list. So, Coach, what do you think has helped him get opportunities this year to produce like he has?
Well, he's gotten opportunities because he's a good player and he's playing well. I mean, that's kind of how that works. But he's been very productive. His yards per carry are outstanding. Obviously, that has something to do with the guys up front as well. But Eli's a talented kid, and it's nice to see him get recognized in terms of that watch list.
And AJ, what have you thought of just a freshman that's been so productive for you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off of what I was saying with Clifton earlier, it's when you see a guy that runs as hard as he does, he's not afraid of contact. He doesn't run out of bounds. He looks for the extra yard, and having a guy like that running behind you, it makes you want to block for him a little bit harder. So super thankful for what he's been able to do since he's gotten here, and it's cool to see him produce the way I feel like he probably saw himself produce.
And Alex, you guys had such a great pass rush against Idaho, like 6 sacks. How do you translate that forward? How do you sort of carry that momentum into this week?
I mean, just same thing we've always been doing, just getting after it in practice, really working on our pass rush, and we got a lot of good guys that fly around and want to make plays, and our assignment sound. So just keep doing the same thing every week.
And Bobby, how would you just evaluate the way both your fronts are playing right now?
I think we've made improvements. I think we're playing better. I mean, obviously, the guys that are here with me today have played well throughout, consistently. But the reason why Idaho couldn't run the ball, and I think that kid was the leading rusher in the Big Sky, was Alex was dominant. His position didn't show up on the stat sheet all the time, but he was dominant in that game and shutting down the run game. They just, because of him and then the swarm around him, they couldn't run the ball.
Anybody else? Bobby, I just wanted to ask you about Jacob Sermon, Northern Colorado's quarterback. What's your just evaluation of him?
I think he's accurate passer. I think he's got pretty good arm strength. I'll be anxious to watch a little more and see how we're gonna defend him. The Weber State game, he was really on it. He hit some great passes down the field. That was impressive.
Anyone else?
At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes. Ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.